When given the opportunity to use a greatsword, I'll take it, and the Gargoyle's Blackblade was the most recent of these opportunities. It has a unique effect for its crowded weapon class, and will make a great addition in the arsenal of any greatsword savant. The weapon drops from the Blackblade Kindred outside the Bestial Sanctum. Now this fight is definitely not prone to oddities with the uneven terrain, working against the moveset of this BBK. Defeat him after that janky fight, and the Gargoyle's Blackblade will appear in your inventory. There is nothing special about the weapon's moveset. We have the typical greatsword light attacks and the sweeping attacks for heavies. What makes this weapon unique is the Ash of War. Corpse Wax Cutter is our unique Ash of War of the week. Sharing the animation with Taker's Flame and Vacuum Slice, your Tarnished raises the sword up before slamming it down to the ground, creating a wave of destined death that surges forward. To optimally use the attack, connect with both the sword and the wave, but using the wave at range is a fair strategy. When this wholly damaging wave hits the enemy, it deals, that's right, black flame damage over time. Unlike the Black Knife, or Malekith's Black Blade, this weapon will not reduce maximum enemy HP, and deals damage that is unrelated to its name. I wish it actually would deal destined death, as there aren't many weapons in the game that do so. And it isn't like it would make it too overpowered. We already have weapons in the class, like the Dark Moon Greatsword and the Blasphemous Blade. At least we still have damage over time on the Ash of War. I used the two usual incantations of Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. Golden Vow boosts our damage and damage negation. Flame Grant Me Strength will boost our stamina regen and physical damage. However, this weapon has split physical and holy damage. On the stat distribution, we'll focus on strength to maximize our physical output. Start your fights off with the flask and two incantations. Then we can attack with either a heavy swing or the Ash of War. The heavies will do better poise damage, but the Ash of War will do damage over time and at range. Throughout the playthrough, I scored plenty of poise breaks by using the heavy attacks, charged and uncharged. My favorite combo was a fully charged R2 with a follow-up of an uncharged R2. This build focused mainly on strength, and this move will benefit from it damage-wise greatly. If you're going to be using that Ash of War more often, either convert a flask or two into Cerulean, or pop a Starlight Shard before you walk beyond the fog wall. With this greatsword not dealing destined death health reduction, I want to ask all of you this week, what is the biggest missed opportunity in Elden Ring? Something that could be implemented easily into the game, but is simply not there. For me, it would have to be not putting Square Off on a greatsword, a weapon art and weapon class combo that we see in Dark Souls 3. We will be getting a mirror greatsword equivalent in the Tarnished edition, whenever that comes out, so there's still hope it'll happen, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up. For more videos like this every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, be sure to like and subscribe to TheJerseySide. Our talismans for the build were the Dragon Crest Great Shield, for 20% more physical damage negation, the Two-Headed Turtle Talisman, for better stamina regen, the Two-Handed Sword Talisman, for better moveset damage, and the Axe Talisman, for better charged heavy attacks. If you're feeling more aggressive, feel free to swap out either the Dragon Crest Great Shield or the Two-Headed Turtle Talisman and replace it with the Shard of Alexander. Boosting up that Ash of War damage by 15%, while this build isn't focused on it, will still help clear early to mid-game bosses that much faster. The tiers for the build were the Opaline Hard tier, for 15% more damage negation, and the Spiked Crack tier, for another boost to our charged heavy attacks. All these defenses and these boosts to our charged heavies ensure we can tank a bit of damage when we use these slower attacks. Our stats at RL 170 are 60 Vigor, 20 Mind for the Ash and Incantations, 35 Endurance, 80 Strength, and 25 Faith for the Incantations. The lack of Destined Death may seem disappointing on this greatsword, but don't let it deter you from giving it a try. It is still a fine weapon, with an innate damage over time attack, so if you want to run a lesser used greatsword, try out the Gargoyle's Blackblade. Also, as an addendum at the end, I would like to note the Code Vein video I uploaded last year has been getting a lot of attention as of late with the announcement of Code Vein 2 and the drop of the most recent trailer, so expect more of that game on this channel very soon.